Добрый вечер. Точнее, добрый день. Это уже просто привычка. Это просто привычка. Продолжаем проходить Genshin Impact. Мы в Сумеру. Сегодня задание легенд. Просто я стрим запускала всегда по вечерам, поэтому это уже привычка. Это привычка. О, да! Да, ребят, наконец-то совершилось чудо. Я купила себе нормальный стул хотя бы. Теперь я могу играть подольше в игры. Чё так долго грузишься? Все, наконец-то загрузились. Ура! Сейчас начнем. Сейчас с другом Эрнаром. Может, законнектимся? Может быть. Будем вместе проходить. Наверное. Не знаю. Пишу. Да, это классно. Вау. Фрукты возьмем. Блин, обожаю вот этот момент. Ставьте, кто тоже любит этот момент. А что там с почте? О, круто! Спасибо, Эльнару. Мне некогда просто заходить в игру. Вообще некогда. Ну, спасибо, Эльнару. О, боже. Столько всего. И задание мира, и... Ой, боже мой, о май гад. О май гад. Кстати, я была неплохой американкой. Если бы я немножко язык еще подучила так. Кстати, давайте-ка мы вот что сделаем. Бука ФТГБТБ. Привет. Привет. Сейчас, подожди, созвездие активирую одно. Что там? Попадание по врагу травяным клинком. Ну, давай. Что, к Катерине надо подходить?
Traveler, you've come at a good time.
А почему путешественник? Я же вроде за путешественницу играю. Минус перевод.
Wait, this sounds like another commission.
Бука 2, у тебя какой R? Левел? 55.
It is as you say. The commission this time around is of high importance. It pertains to the safety of the Avidia Forest's inhabitants.
Huh? What happened?
Not long ago, We received word that a section of the Avidia forest seems to have become contaminated.
Contaminated? You mean a new withering zone?
Зону увядания. Блин, давайте.
I don't know about the specifics, but I hear that strange things are happening to people who cross through that region.
Так, Бука, давай договоримся так. У тебя какой левел в игре? А, какие у меня есть легендарки? Ну, Юмия. Как легендарный считается. 5-звездочный, если так вот разобраться. Так, надо смотреть персонажей. У тебя 37-й? О, круто.
The Avidia forest inhabitants won't leave their homes so easily. If we allow this contaminated region to expand, the consequences could be unimaginable.
Ну да, все засохнет, все пропадет, все даром будет. Да-да.
That's why I want to ask you to investigate the situation. Even if all you can do is stop the contamination from spreading, that will still save many people.
Бука. Я вчера с 3 крутки тигнари выбил. О, поздравляю. Класс. Ну понятно, что Дендра, блин, как он стреляет там, или еще что-нибудь. Так, в 2 словах опиши, пожалуйста.
This is forest business. Maybe Tainari will know something. Let's go find him.
Угу. Давай, спросим. Вопросы без ответов. Финик. Да? С какой Катериной? Мы же и так с Катериной. Капец. То есть еще есть другая Катерина. Бука я еще не играл за него. Там надо в Сумеру идти за ресурсами для прокачки. Он полностью прокачку Сумеру требует. Блин. Не сладко. Да еще на 37-м левеле. Но если у тебя персонажи прокачаны, тогда, может быть, да. Получится. Почему у меня так быстро спала вся эта... О, да. У меня только делюк прокачан. Ой, тогда плохо. Все плохо. Вот грибы надоедливые, а. Блин, мне она нравится. Дендра особенно классно бьет. Это намного круче, чем этот ветер. Я сейчас сеньора убить не могу. Я тоже не могу ее убить, поверь мне. Не ты один. Да убьется она или нет уже, а? Хорошо, что дед хотя бы есть. Дед? Он у меня есть, этот дед, но прокачивать по-хорошему. Да? Тут еще есть? Немцы. О, круто. Ульта у него вообще классная, кстати. Серьезно? Сейчас продемонстрирую. Офигеть, у него ульта. Вообще сразу всех вынесло. Ультой. Вообще классная ульта у него. Бука, я без него вообще хз что делал. Ты только на тровый стрим ведешь? Нет. Я веду и на Twitch, на ВК, на YouTube. То есть у меня большой выбор платформ. Я думала еще на другой платформе, но не знаю, это пока на стадии рассмотрения у меня. Это нам не в помощь. У него ешка топ. На Трова я чисто случайно попала, потому что я задала вопрос, на какой платформе чаще начали стримить. И Трова я там не нашла, а ВК нашла в рекламе. То, что сейчас новая платформа открылась. Типа стримерам мы будем только рады. Ну, как-то такая реклама была. Ну, я и зашла по рекламе. Думаю, ну, раз. О, да. Вот это классный момент. Я обожаю вот это. Смотрю ведь. Давай. О, да. Это просто класс. Нам без этого никуда. Да ты где застрял-то, блин? Какой вверх? А, все. Пришла.
This is where you've been, Tainari? That's...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Tainari, everything's spinning. Am I going to die? Tell Mom that I should have listened to her.
Да. Это такие же вот у меня были предсмертные такие вот. Только без передач.
And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because I was scared that she wouldn't play with me anymore. Tainari, I heard that people turn into birds after they die. Is that true? I feel like I'm getting lighter.
What happened? Tainari, is he?
Okay, okay, enough nonsense.
Блин, у него такой нежный голос. Ну, понятно, чё. Это же не то, что у нас. У нас тут ни хрена не звучат. По большому счету. А я бы озвучила Люмин или Пайман. Без разницы, кого-нибудь из них.
You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve anything.
Oh.
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
Вот, кстати, да. Почему?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the forest. I just wanted to look inside. It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
Это была загрязненная зона?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running around until I say so, got it? Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have to help him.
Чем поможет-то?
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized with a splash of water. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear for me.
All right. Thank you.
Contaminated region, huh? Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it a new withering zone?
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, they're completely different. The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidya forest, so I can't turn a blind eye.
We feel the same way.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly. Let's go.
Это мне что, ползать? Или можно тпхаться? Да, лучше тпхнуться.
Excuse me. I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass. Do you have any?
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past few days.
А чё так?
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my first time hearing you say something like that.
It's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently.
А, да?
They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price on the market. Our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over, and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of us can privately sell anything.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deepest parts of the forest. We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experiences mental anomalies. We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those mechanical parts. How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the contaminated region?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many, there weren't any
No people?
even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
Да какой механический краб? Ты чего несешь? Обычный страж руин. Наверняка.
What the heck? The Avidya forest has creatures like that?
В справочнике лесовидя такого не было.
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillfully to be new at this. It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods and ran away. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then business will return to normal?
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs on all future purchases of any...
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got someone to assess the situation. If you're interested, you can go and talk to them.
All right. We'll go and have a word.
Боже мой, расспросите людей поблизости. Ага, опять. К1.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we haven't been affected. We don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives. It only shows up when the caravans are here, and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's done making a mess.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too agile and fast. However, we did unexpectedly learn something the last time we tried to capture it. It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest, so instead of immediately moving its spoils, it first hides them nearby.
Да давайте уже скорее драка.
Once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move fast if you want those goods back.
Это хорошая зацепочка. Нам откроется новый враг. 100% могу дать в этом вопросе.
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. 10 of us might not even be able to take that thing head on.
Я из 4 человек отряд слепила. Вместе с Арнаром. Неужели мы не справимся?
Didn't academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Where did that thing come from? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that that robber wasn't a human, but a mechanical crab? This is rough.
Ну и остался последний. А ты чё за башку схватилась?
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby caravans and residents. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. It doesn't even bat an eye at other valuables. A caravan carrying a large amount of mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge. We'll eventually think of a way to get rid of it.
How are things? Did you make any progress?
We learned of its behaviors, but much still remains unclear. Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given commands. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things. Or the mora you made. That would be the most efficient method. But it only goes after mechanical components. This doesn't make...
Right. It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh, are you planning to...
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition, it lives in the contaminated region, and it comes out to steal mechanical components. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then make observations for further conclusions. Well, chatting like this won't get us anywhere. We're only wasting time.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans will reward you generously.
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. I may have other uses for it later. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall for it.
Блин, я прочитала не вьючный, а вонючий.
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. If it means getting our things back, you can even borrow me to do whatever you need.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and sumpter beast to pose as a transiting caravan and lure out the crab. Once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
Ну да. Профессионалы подыхать. Ладно. И полетели. Ну, в принципе, нет. Вот, смотрите, вот они, эти. Все собрала. До дракулы, короче. Где-то тут, я его чувствую. И тут еще их два даже. Да дракул! Да дракул! Черт. Надо повыше лететь. Это наша способность. Есть еще один. Но я его не вижу даже впритык. Где ты? О, роет что-то. О, щит! А этот что, как взрывается? Не поняла. Это как это? А это как? А какой-то растение чуть не сожрало. Главное, за что? Метку поставим, что тут есть задание мира. О, да. Они над цветком сидят и парятся. Класс. Все, минус просто. Интересно, какие у него таланты? А, да? Оу. А где это мы найдем? Классно. Где-то здесь. Тусовка.
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter, the goods were likely stolen somewhere around here.
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely capture that criminal crab.
Okay. We'll start from here and have the Sumter Beast with the components on board lead the way.
Давай.
This Sumter Beast isn't familiar with us yet, so be calm and take your time with it.
The Sumter Beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it.
А чё мы не можем запрыгнуть и на нем ехать?
Why did it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry.
Как я его
The
покормлю?
caravanners grew disheartened after their goods were stolen, so they probably didn't feed their animals as scheduled. Let's give it something to eat.
All right, it's moving again.
Ух, ускакал.
Did you hear something?
Угу. А так это краб?
Is that the mechanical crab the caravan was talking about? It's charging straight at us!
It looks strong. Be careful.
Серьезно?
Nice and spicy.
Dodge this!
Let the show begin. Springboard!
Класс.
Don't get frostbite.
Just try to escape this time, you naughty caravan robbing crab! Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it! Why are you stealing so many mechanical parts?
Кажется, он не понимает.
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. Keep an eye on it. I'll search around the area for the caravan's goods. I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong to you. Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners. Any objections?
Кажется, он расстроился.
You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? How about you help us with something? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts as a reward.
It reacted!
Неужели он понимает?
We can't be certain yet. Its excitement may be a simple programmed response upon seeing mechanical components.
Okay, so you want the crab to lead us into the contaminated region?
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently expanding perimeter, so it would be difficult to conduct a thorough search. If we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. Also, our new friend here seems to be full of secrets. I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own. So to be absolutely safe, it would be best to have a guide lead the way.
Paimon gets it now. Does this scuttler understand what you're saying?
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile towards us. I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region. So long as it doesn't attack us, we can simply follow along.
It seems to be really happy.
Listen to me. Wait for us here. No running off. We'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return, I'll give you another mechanical part as a reward. Understood?
Это значит, он понял?
I'm not sure, but our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical components and to purchase Vasanti grass to make medicine with. We should return, but before we do, we need to set up a few traps. Can't have that crab escaping.
mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back for us! Thank you all so very much. I don't know how I can repay you. Wait, didn't you want to purchase Vasantigraph? Don't worry about the price. They're on the house. How many do you need?
2 is enough.
No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw in some more.
No need. I've already received a reward from you.
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts? They aren't worth much compared to this merchandise.
But those parts are very useful to me. Just like the Vasanti grass. I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. We're even. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder, the forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical crabs, other dangers are still present.
Noted. Thank you all ever so much.
Let's return to the village. The earlier we can give the child medicine, the sooner he'll start feeling better.
Так. Да, придется все-таки немножко пройти, чтобы колею освободить.
Supposed to be here in Gandharvaville looking for inspiration. But how do we find him? Should we yell his name at the top of our lungs?
На крики сбегутся дозорные.
Hey buddy, what's your name? What are you doing here all alone? Do you live in Gandharvaville? Regardless, don't worry. As a trainee forest ranger, I'll do everything I can to help you.
Hi, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm Rozzy. Don't mind me. I know the way back to Gandharvaville.
When people say, don't mind me, what they really mean is don't worry about me. That's all the more reason not to leave you alone. Hey, don't cry. What's wrong? Take your time. You can tell me all about it. Huh. That voice sounds familiar. I once heard it somewhere before.
Это Колей.
Oh, it's Kale! And a child who seems to be upset. Oh, let's go say hi.
Ну, пошли.
Hi, Kale. How have you been? Paimon and Traveler. I've been doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I'm helping Master Tainari patrol the forest. What brings... We're here on an errand. We heard your voice, so we thought we'd come ask you for help. You seem kinda busy, though.
I'll be fine. You go help them first, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm okay, really. The sand got into my eyes, that's all.
What a well-mannered child.
Нельзя оставлять его здесь одного.
Sand? There is not a lot of sand in a forest. You keep saying you're okay because you don't want us to know what you're upset about, right?
Maybe.
That's exactly why you have to get it off your chest. Here's a trick. If you're keeping a secret that bothers you, you can try telling it all to a tree hollow.
A tree hollow?
Yeah, a tree hollow. Do you know Tanja's stories? The Aranar living in the forest will patiently listen to every word children say. Maybe there really are Aranar living in the tree hollows that will listen to you.
You like the R&R stories too?
Да.
Of course. I love them.
Oh, people who like Aranara are the best. Okay, I'll try telling my secrets to a tree hollow. Thanks, Miss Forest Ranger. You know everything.
Aw, you're just exaggerating. Anyway, I'm trying to be like my friend, who always does her best to cheer people up when they seem sad. So, how are you doing? Feeling any better now? The forest is very dangerous, so how about we stick together?
Sure.
Wow, Kale's so good with kids.
Ответственный дозорный.
Well, helping children who are lost in the rainforest is all part of a forest ranger's duty. So, what was it you wanted help with? You're not lost too, are you?
Наоборот, мы хотим зайти еще дальше в лес.
Okay, so you're looking for a children's author from Port Olmos called Tanja. And he's here in Gandharvaville, looking for inspiration. Wait, when you say Tanja, do you mean the Tanja? That's right, Uncle Tanja. So he's in the area, looking for inspiration for a new story as we speak? This is amazing. Could you wait for me for a second? I'll run Razzie back to Gandharvaville and then I'll be right back. I've always been curious what the man behind those incredible stories is like in person.
Может, это фамильяр малой властительницы Кусанали?
Tanja's just a normal guy.
Even so, he must be more creative than most people. Wait, hold on. Razzie, do you mean you've met Tanja before?
Mm-hmm. He's my dad.
Oh.
Your dad? Tanja's your dad? As in you're Tanja's son?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Paimonsees! That guy at Akara Crafts told us that Tanja brought his son along with him. So he meant Razzie. Why are you here on your own, though? Did you and Tanja get separated?
We had an argument. I was upset, so I ran off here by myself.
Oh, in that case, we should take you back to Gandharvaville first. Then we'll look for your dad and tell him where you are.
No, I'm good. Thanks for your advice, Kale. I'm not so upset anymore. Come with me. I'll take you to him.
Yay! Thanks, Razzie! Paimon thought we'd be spending the whole day looking for him.
Ура!
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm actually gonna meet the Tanja!
Oh.
Получен персонаж Калей. Ну да, говорили, что 4-звездочный какой-то персонаж дадут.
So Tanja headed this way. I know this place pretty well. Follow me.
Сейчас этих убьем.
Ready, steady, go! Whoa, look at it sparkle.
Это дендракул. О, вон он. На самом видном месте. Смотрите, впереди кто-то есть. есть. Нужно спасти его. Нам надо немножко в другую сторону. А, да? Где?
Freeze!
Короче, они тут неудачно сели. Есть еще один.
What's the hurry?
Propagate! Lola, get them! Nice and spicy! That really hurt! I'll protect us.
Dodge this! Ah!
I'll keep this close.
Я, конечно, поняла, где этот дендракул. Вот он. Бука, да, победа, я убил сеньора. Как тебе это удалось? А как тебе это удалось? А я 4-звездочного персонажа получила. Колей. Бесплатно выдали. Сам хз как. А, да? Ну, поздравляю.
Rosie! Where are you, Rosie?
Someone's calling for Rosie.
Oh, Rosie! Thank goodness I finally found you. What would I do without you, my son?
Я убил Колея. Между прочим, Геншин переводит немножко неправильно, потому что он только что сказал, что куда же я без тебя, сын. То есть он еще и сын упомянул. Еще и делюком без гида перса.
Were you in danger? Did the wild beasts scare you? Did the stars guide your way?
I'm okay. All thanks to their help.
Ну, нашу помощь никогда не ценят.
Thank you. Thank you all. I dare say that even the most cold-hearted Spino crocodile would be moved to tears by your kindness.
Oh, it's nothing. It's all part of my responsibility as a trainee forest ranger. I'm the one who should thank you for creating so many wonderful stories for the children of Sumero. I love them too.
Really? I didn't know anyone read my stories apart from young children. That must mean you're still in touch with your inner child. Okay then. I have the inspiration for my next story. It shall be about an Aranara granny who's a child at heart.
Huh? It's an honor to become the source of your inspiration.
Давай удачного стрима, я пойду сюжет проходить. А ты не прошел разве сюжет? Да как так-то?
Whoa. Kale looks like she's about to pass out. Hey Kale, are you okay? I'm okay. Sorry. I just got a little too excited.
И Надзуму нет. А, у тебя еще сюжеты Надзумы? Ты серьезно? Жесть. Надо было пройти сюжет и Надзумы. А, подожди, я понял. Ты сеньору убивал по сюжету. Ну да, она сложная, ее фиг убьешь, потому что даже я на своем аккаунте ее никак не могла побить. Мне Эрнар помог в этом вопросе. Он убил с моего аккаунта, а свой аккаунт дал, чтобы я зашла на его учетку и просто как стримом запустила.
Are you two story lovers as well? Yes, yes! The moment I saw you, the image of an aura giant and an aura finch traveling together popped into my mind.
Нас отправили господину Танжеру с одним поручением.
Oh? Who asked for my help? My sincerest apologies, but I have fans all over Sumeru. Trying to remember every last one is like trying to identify each grain of sand in the desert.
Я пошел, короче. А, удачи.
Seems like Tanja has a slightly exaggerated view of what it means to be a children's author.
А Бука, у тебя когда следующий стрим? Не знаю, надо в паблике от ЖК отслеживать. Я там всегда выкладываю, когда у меня стримы намечаются.
Also, Paimon's not a finch. That's nothing to get excited about.
Шутки в сторону, давайте поговорим о деле.
Akara Crafts. Akara Crafts. Oh! Oh, right. I remember now. That small boat once sailed into the sea of my memory, but before long it floated away over the horizon, never to be seen again. Perhaps for the best. After all, a wild tempest was raging in Tangier Harbor.
Сейчас я, подождите, отвечу. Продолжим.
What? Paimon has no idea what he's saying.
И я тоже.
What should we do? Do you think we should get Tainari to take a look at him?
Dad's saying he forgot about helping the people at Akara Crafts learn more about Aranara because right now he has something more important to do.
Oh, that's what he meant! Well, there it is! All the proof you needed that this kid is definitely Tanjir's son. Wait, no, this isn't the time for all that. Tanjir, your help is pretty vital to the toy makers. You gotta do something!
But the garden that blooms before my eyes is of greater importance. For therein lies the beautiful Parisara that all the children of Sumeru dream of. I, Tanger, have found evidence of Aranara activity right here in the Avidia Forest, conclusively proving that Aranara not only exist in stories, but in real life too. If I manage to document the first real-life Aranara sighting, the petty problems that perplex Akara Crafts will be untangled in no time.
Буква 2. Stay safe. X1, mana X100.
Meanwhile, I may well be able to leverage this to assume leadership of the academia. Then all across Sumeru will know of the great Tanger living in humble Port Ormos.
I haven't written any papers myself, but I think you need to have a bunch of them approved by the review board before entering the academia. You also need a detailed and objective experiment record. Anyway, Tanja, what did you mean by evidence of R&R activity?
The hook's what's important in a story. The great storyteller Tanger never gives his audience the bait right away. Come with me.
Wait, not that way. Kale, what's wrong? Nothing. But that way leads us deeper into the Avidia Forest. I'm just concerned for Tanja's safety. And I think I'm starting to understand why Razi and Tanja were fighting.
Возможно, здесь скрыта еще какая-то тайна. Следуйте за Танжером. Угу.
Just as I expected, the promise of one of my stories has kept you hot on my heels.
But this is just an ordinary tree hollow. Heimat's not seeing any evidence of Aranara.
You can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. Look with your heart and you too will understand.
Heimat's not sure what look with your heart means. But anyway, let's start by investigating the area around this tree hollow.
Найдите следы Аранар.
Hey, look! There's a note here! Could this be the evidence that Tanger was talking about? The handwriting's so hard to read. It's too hard. I can't remember the names of all these mushrooms. Do R&R need to learn about mushroom classification? Here's another note that says, "This tree hollow is my castle." That sounds more like something an R&R from the stories would say. There's another one here! If only I were a clever Aranara. A clever Aranara. Is the emphasis on clever or Aranara?
Не знаю. Что за 10 000? More.
How does it feel to bear witness to a groundbreaking discovery? Exciting, isn't it?
И где тут эпохальное открытие?
The crude handwriting may look like a child's, but don't forget, we're in the middle of a rainforest. I doubt that a child would be able to reach this deep into the forest, and I doubt even more that they would think of this lowly tree hollow as some sort of impenetrable castle. I boldly hypothesize that this tree hollow is in fact the Aranara's academia. The notes we saw were written by the Aranara themselves. There is no doubt in my mind about that. An Aranara that wasn't so bright left a note here wishing to become a clever Aranara. I shall craft a new story for them and call it The Aranara in the Tree Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
How's that? Don't the very words just conjure up images of Aranara in your mind's eye?
Nope.
Ничего подобного.
Well, many an adventurer knows how to take to the skies with their easily visible wind gliders, yet they do not possess the invisible wings of imagination, making it hard for them to keep up with my train of thought. How about you, Miss Forest Ranger? Do you soar into the atmosphere on the wings of imagination?
Huh? Me? I don't know. Maybe I do, but maybe not. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me, so...
А что случилось с Кали?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that witnessing Tanja's creative process is a little...
Overwhelming.
Oh, yes. Yes, overwhelming.
For now, I've decided to stay here with Razi until we witness the legendary moment when the Aranara appear in this hollow. Don't worry, I won't let the Akara Crafts toymakers down. When a real Aranara appears, their little troubles will be resolved in an instant.
He seems pretty stubborn. Looks like we'll have to stay here and wait a little longer. No, I think we should return to our camp first. Tanja, in Aranara and the Three Little Fungus, it says that Aranara are very sensitive creatures. I don't think they'll show up if we stay here.
Oh? Was that in the story? Ah, yes, I remember now. Miss Forest Ranger, you sure know your stuff. In that case, let's go back to camp and call it a day. We'll continue our search for evidence first thing in the morning.
Ну, я надеюсь, нам доступен задание легенд. А то засекут. Поговорите с Пэм.
Traveler, wake up!
Ранары приходили.
It's Kale since last night, even though she kept telling us she was okay after we saw the evidence of Arnora activity. She's been acting kind of strange.
Наверное, Танжер ее напугал.
Anyway, let's go find her.
Угу.
Hey, look! Aren't these Kale's footprints? But why are they headed towards the tree hollow? So Kale came back here alone. Is she waiting for the R&R to show up?
And I thought this was a place nobody knew about. I never thought Tanja would find it, or that I would run into the Traveler in Paimon. If I'd known, I would have just told the tree hollow instead of writing it down. There must be another way to practice my handwriting. Now I've created a whole new problem for myself. What do I do now? Dress up as an Haranara? Oh, no, that won't work. I should be writing something that an Aranara would never say, so that Tanja won't mistake me for one of them. But what should I write? What should I write? Oh, I've got it! There's no way Tanja could see this as the work of an Aranara.
So the evidence of R&R activity we saw during the day was actually evidence of Kale's activity. But why didn't she just tell Tanja?
Наверное, это ее секрет.
Oh, right. Kale told Razi that he could tell any secret to a tree hollow. Must be because that's what she does. And now she even writes it down.
У Калеи были на то свои причины.
Yeah, you're right. We'll keep her secret for her. Oh, looks like she's almost done writing. Let's head back.
Aha! There's a new note just as I expected. Yes! It's the same handwriting, which means it must have been written by the same Aranara. Let's see what it says.
Ooh, what could it be?
Очень интересно.
I want to visit Mondstadt during the Ludi Harpastum again? No, that's impossible. This must be some kind of mistake. How could an Aranara go to Mondstadt for the Ludi Harpastum? Even I would never write that into a fairy tale.
So, in other words, the notes can't have been left by an Aranara.
Yeah. If you ask me, they were probably left by a passing merchant from Mondstadt or something. Definitely not an Aranara.
No, I refuse to believe it.
Помоги ремеслам Акары.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? It's not like it'll take you a huge amount of effort.
You've written so many stories beloved by the children. I'm sure you can help create carvings that are just as successful.
Я тоже верю в Танжера.
No! I can't do it. I thought that if I could find an Aranara, I'd be able to help Akara Crafts.
Не рычи.
But it was someone from Mondstadt all along.
But you've managed to write all those stories without ever having seen a real R&R, right? What makes this so different?
Ну...
Razi, you tell them.
Really? Can I?
Yes, it's fine. Tell them. I know this is the moment you've been waiting for.
Okay. Kale, Traveler, Paimon, do you remember when I said that there was a secret I didn't want to tell anyone?
Да, помню.
I didn't want to tell anyone the secret, but it made me feel very sad and also turned Dad into a completely different person. So, I think I should tell you. Dad isn't the one who came up with all those Aranara stories.
What? Hold on. So if Uncle Tanja wasn't the author, then who was it?
It was me. Dad's been telling stories in Port Ormos for as long as I can remember. I always got to listen to all his new stories. Every night, Dad would give me a Zaytun peach for dinner, and I'd eat it while he told his stories. The Zaytun peaches were delicious, but Dad's stories were really bad. He always uses sentences that are really hard to understand, and strange, metaphors, I think they're called. But Dad kept on going, telling his stories again and again. Oh, one time, he even borrowed a camera from Lord Sangema Bey's shop and got me to take pictures of him in action. Dad showed me the picture and said that it shall become the precious record of Sumeru's best storyteller early in his career. Even though I only had Zaytun peaches to eat and not so great stories to listen to, I was happy. Then one day, I tried telling Dad a story I came up with. Dad seemed really excited from the very beginning. He looked really happy. He lifted me up high into the air and told me to continue. He lifted me up so high that I was looking down at him. As I continued with my story, I saw his expression gradually change. And when I got to my favorite part, Dad started crying. I guess he must have been moved by my story. When Dad put me back down, I looked up at him again, but now he had a scary look in his eyes.
You remember it so vividly.
It's not only Razi. I too remember every detail of what happened that day. After that, I gradually grew in fame and started making money. I became Sumeru's best storyteller, just as I always dreamed. Finally, we could afford more than just Zaytun peaches for dinner. I thought it would make Razi happy.
I was really happy at first, but then everyone started calling me Tanja's son instead of Razi. I kinda guessed why, but I also didn't want to believe it. Dad got busier with things that had nothing to do with storytelling, like that request from Akara Crafts. So I made up my mind that this time, I just want to be good old Razi so that Dad will become good old Dad again. Instead of Dad the way he is now, starting every story with, "Dedicated to my dearest Razi." I prefer my dad how he used to be, stumbling over words and not knowing how to end the story. That's why I decided to keep how I imagine Aranara to look like a secret.
Wait, Paimon gets it now. To sum up, all of Uncle Tanja's fairy tales were actually stories written by Razi. And because Razi didn't want Tanja to keep living a lie, he refused to help him with the Akara Crafts commission.
Yes. That's why I tried looking for possible evidence of Aranara. But it turned out that I was just being a clown, as always. I'm a terrible father. I'm sorry, Razzie. I'm so sorry. And I owe you all an apology, too, for wasting your time.
Ну да.
Razzie's the only one who can help Akara Crafts. If you can manage to persuade him, that is. Right now, I think I just want to find a tree hollow and...
Are we gonna let this happen?
Пусть Ради сам решает.
You want me to help Akara Crafts with their carving? Well, I did mention what the Aranara look like in my stories, but to make a carving, we might need more details. Kale, Traveler, and Paimon, I might need your help on this one.
Бука, ты чего?
I've never really left Port Ormos before. This is my first time in Gandharvaville. Well, it's my first time being so far from home.
То есть как бы он не сохранился?
Sumero is so much bigger than I thought. Seeing new places has given me loads of new ideas for my Aranara stories. So I want to visit more places in Sumero. That way, I can help Akara Crafts create an Aranara carving that everyone will love.
Так, не сохранился, ее надо снова убивать.
And I also want to take pictures of Dad everywhere that we travel to.
You still want me to come with you? Even after all I've done?
Yeah, of course. Come on, you're the best dad ever.
This is the happiest Razzie has sounded since we met him.
I want to thank you, Kale.
Huh? Me? I didn't do anything to help.
You told me about telling my secrets to a tree hollow.
Бука, печалька. Ну да.
Even though I didn't have the time to find a tree hollow, telling everyone my secret made me feel so much better.
Yeah. It's hard to keep too many secrets. And there's no need to hide our mistakes from others all the time. I made a lot of mistakes back in Mondstadt. But when I look back on them, it all feels more like a new beginning. I'm sure this experience will be the same for Tanja.
Yes. I'll do my best to become a good father again. Wait. Did you just say you've been to Mondstadt?
I just passed by once. Never mind that. Come on now. Akara Crafts is waiting for us. Let's go, Razzie. Grab that camera and see what hidden inspiration you can discover along the way.
Okay, let's go. Come on, Dad.
Razzie, slow down and watch your step.
Нам тоже пора отправляться в путь. Так, это что? Ух ты! Исследуя Сумеру, вы обнаружите много нового и увлекательного. Почему бы не запечатлеть это на фотокамеру? При использовании фотокамеры, если в видеоискателе есть объекты, которые стоит сфотографировать, на экране появится соответствующая информация. Отрегулируйте расстояние съемки и зум, чтобы легче было заметить эти объекты. Можно использовать только в Сумеру. Но задание легенд активно. Ну, Сумеру, да, какие-то джунгли.
Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you need me to help grind the medicine?
No need. A precise dosage is required this time, so I'll do it myself.
Oh, okay.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medication to the child. He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I don't think he finds me very approachable. I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler, give me a hand.
How is he? Doing any better? I feel like he's doing a lot better, and his temperature is returning to normal. That's wonderful! Oh yeah, he asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier, and he told her everything about the toy. Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you. Can I ask what happened?
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear I asked you to?
Of course I did! Are you going somewhere far away?
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its size, we will likely have to stay overnight. I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But I can't even begin to compare to you.
Many things are learned by doing. And once they've been done, you'll realize they weren't as difficult as you once thought they were. Deal with problems as you yourself see fit. You don't have to emulate me.
That's right! You'll do great, Kale. Alright, then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
За нас не беспокойся.
We'll be all right. You'll understand the reason for this excursion once we arrive at the contaminated region. You put too much confidence in me. Anyway, like you said, things will likely be uneventful. Let's return and find that crab.
Ну да, мы же краб.
We're here. It should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered.
А вон он. Вот ты где.
You honored our agreement and waited here until we returned. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. I'm not giving you another one if you lose it. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into the contaminated region. I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidya forest to become like this?
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it definitely looks different from normal. It's like really creepy and suffocating.
Do you feel unwell at all?
Вроде ничего.
Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against the contaminated region's influence.
How do you know that?
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal?
Они слишком сильно сияют?
This flower species is formally known as the Sumerian rose, but it is also known as the ley line lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity in the surrounding area. From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already out of control.
You're saying the contamination here is coming from ley lines?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal ways. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy, and so they fall ill.
Ясно.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but she and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change. Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something. Environment, no wind. Target parameters, normal. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
Ого.
A purification device that I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire region!
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that a few purification devices can fix. The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents, we'll need to tackle the source.
И он находится в глубине загрязненной зоны.
That's right.
Huh? The mechanical crab is acting a little strange.
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
Oh, so sorry.
That's all of them. Hey, where are you? Wait for us. Let's hurry and keep up.
Mm-hmm.
The mechanical crab went that way. Let's keep up.
Так там эти.
Help! Help!
Let the show begin.
Freeze!
Exterminate! Scatter!
Dodge this! Don't get frostbite! Freeze!
Propagate!
Dodge this! Spare me! Please spare me!
Hey, are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
Don't worry, we took care of them.
Oh, good. That's good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe it's gonna partner up with the other mechanical monsters and kill me. Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all crawling with mechanical freaks. I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost died. I gotta get out of here. Ah, yes. Yes. I have to escape. Be careful. These mechanical life forms are up to no good. It'd be best if you stayed far, far away from them. No wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms. Those things should be annihilated.
Are you okay?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal.
Он как будто...
So you think you did a good job and want a part as your reward?
It's so hard to understand.
Alright, regardless of what you're thinking, you did some real good this time. That's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Need any help with it? Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you, I wonder? You're like a giant mechanical crab on the outside and a fluffy little hamster on the inside. And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're as evil as the other mechanical life forms?
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for why it, or rather its owner, is collecting so many components, I'm not sure. It's getting late, so let's set up camp for the night. We'll explore further tomorrow, after a night's rest.
Найдите подходящее место, чтобы поставить палатку. Давайте чуть попозже продолжим.